Well, hello there, friends. Today, very important video, how to cook the perfect steak. I figured there was a lot of information on the internet. I didn't need to do a video about how to cook a steak. But there's so much bad information out there that I decided to debunk all of the myths out there that are untrue. Number one, take out your steak at least 20 minutes before you cook. What does that do? Nothing. No, I'm telling you, friends, I know everybody's saying it. I've done it so many times. I said, let me check it, see what's happening. Take a thermometer, take the steak out, take the temperature, take it out 20 minutes later and do the same thing, and guess what you get? Nothing. Maybe a 1.5, 2 degrees difference. If you take it out 20 minutes before you cook it, that means nothing. So don't waste your time taking the steak out. Another myth out there, don't salt it just until you're ready to go because it's going to pull the moisture. That's correct. If you put the salt just before you cook it, that's exactly what's going to happen. Matter of fact, we're going to demonstrate it. All right? I got 2 steaks in here. This salt, as you can see, a little darker red, has been salted 24 hours ago. This guy right there, we just got it at the store. So this one has not been salted. You can see there's a little glycerin in there. There's a little moisture in there. I want to get rid of that. The secret of a good steak is moisture. We want to get rid of the moisture. How do we do that? We take a salt. Now, be careful. No, I've seen guys out there putting so much salt in there. It ruins the steak. You don't want to put too much salt. You want to put enough salt, just a little bit. That looks like fine. We don't want to put too much. That's a lot of salt already, okay? Just maybe, that's it. That's it. No more salt than that, right? We're going to put it in. We're going to rub it in. We're going to flip it on the other side, okay? And we're going to put it back on the other side. Not much. Don't put too much salt. Don't put too much salt. You don't need much salt. You're going to put some on the side. And that's it. Now we're going to take this steak. You're going to be amazed. You're going to learn. You're going to love this. This is really good. I'm very excited to teach you this because every time I'm watching somebody doing it wrong, I'm like, Mama mia, who taught you to cook a steak? We're going to put this in the fridge, friends. 10 minutes from now, we're going to come back. Let me put it in here. Just like that. Open. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you need a rack. A sheet pan with a rack that allows you to get the air to circulate it. You don't want to age a steak in a plastic bag or in a wrapper. Oh, the minute you get it home, take it out, put it on a rack. If you're going to eat it within a few days, put the salt on it, like I just did. Leave it in there. Longer you leave it, better off it is. We're going to demonstrate that in a minute. So I'll come back in about 10 minutes from now, and you're going to see what happened to the salt that I put in on there. You're going to see, but the process of osmosis is going to, osmosis, that's a difficult word for a French person. It's going to remove, you're going to see, it's going to draw the moisture out. And the secret, that happens within 10 to 15 minutes. The secret is to leave it long enough, at least 45 minutes, for that juice to go back in. Now that juice is nice salty. All of the juice and have the right amount of salt. So don't let them tell you, don't salt it until you put it in. Salt it as soon as you get it and when you're ready to eat it. So we'll come back in about 10 minutes and we'll go over the other myth about how to cook the perfect steak. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So we'll be right back about 10 minutes from now. All right, friends, 10 minutes went by. Just 10 minutes. That's all you need. You're going to be amazed. You're going to be amazed. Unless you'd made the test before. If you did, then you're not going to be amazed. Look at this, friends. Look at this. Look at this. We got to make sure the camera gets right in there. You see? This only 10 minutes. You see? The salt is putting out all the juices. So, if we were to cook it right now, we lose all that juices. We don't want to lose it. We want to put it back inside. And this is the secret is right there, is to have a dry outside. That's what happened. Now, 10 minutes, that's what happened within at least 45 minutes. It's the minimum you got to do this, okay? 45 minutes to an hour. This is what's going to happen. The juice went back inside. So now, we're ready to cook it. We'll go back and put this in the fridge later. Now we'll cook it. Now, a lot of people says to me, "Aren't you cooking in clarified butter?" You can cook it in clarified butter. But if you do, you don't get as much of a crust. And you know, it's all about the crust. So an avocado oil is a very high smoke point oil, and it creates a really nice crust. So we're using the avocado oil. Okay, you can use whatever makes you happy, friends. But if you use regular butter, you know it's going to burn, and we don't want it to do that. All right? So, salt, we got it already. We don't need to do that. Pepper, you can put it now. It's not going to burn, or you can wait and put it in later. I like crushed pepper at the last minute in it. If you can put it now, nothing's going to happen to it. Some people, you put it now, you're going to burn it. No, you don't burn it. It's really up to you. It's not a pepper steak, so I'm not going to do that. The oil, I like to get it about 400 degrees. About 400 Fahrenheit. If you don't have one of those, skip an hour in there. You'll feel it when it's 400. Now, an avocado oil has a great smoke point, so you don't see it smoking. If you put olive oil in there, it's going to burn for sure. Okay, now, here it is. Look, beautiful, big steak right there, dry as a bone. Look at this. It's the same thing. Look at this guy right there. It's amazing. Eh? So we're going to take it in now, right now, friend, and we're going to put it in. And now, don't touch it. We're going to put this in the fridge because I don't like to leave it out. This I'll eat it tomorrow. So now, no touching, no playing around with it. Let's make sure we got the right heat. We're going to leave it alone. Now, what happens is I like to do a cast iron pan because it retains the heat. So then the steak doesn't take all the heat out of a thin fry pan. But if you have a good, thick stainless steel fry pan or a copper pan, nothing wrong with it. Cast iron is the easiest thing to deal with. You just got to deal with it, taking care of it. Make sure you have a handle of it when you put them in the oven. So what we're going to do, we're going to give it a beautiful crust right here. Let me make sure it's still going. And then let's talk a little bit about a very important thing. The salt. What salt did I use? I used a kosher salt. You want a kind of a crusty, thick salt, granulated salt, not a fine table salt. You want to make sure you put it on. Kosher salt is perfect. Fleur de sel is another perfect salt for salt for that. You also got to get yourself a thermometer, friends. Get yourself a good thermometer. This is the $20 thermometer. It works great. This is the $100 thermometer. It's Thermapen. It's a great thermometer. This one, what's the difference between the $100 one and the $20 one? The $100 one reads in 3 seconds. The $20 one reads in about 10 seconds. So if you got 7 seconds to spare, you save $80. Up to you, whatever you want to do. I got them right here. We don't want to forget them. Because this thing about pushing the thumb and all that stuff, oh yeah, if you push over here, it's medium rare. If you push it over there, it's rare. If you put it there, it's well done. Hello? Try to touch your wife or your husband's thumb, and you see completely different. So which one do you use? Hers or yours? So everybody's thumb is completely different. That makes absolutely no sense at all. What makes sense is the thermometer. And don't be afraid to poke it. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I put it in our... When it's a thick steak like that, like an inch and a half, I do not like... Make sure it's good. I do not like to leave in the pan the whole time. Because here's what happens. You end up burning the outside in order to cook the inside. So we're going to take it out and we're going to get a beautiful crust right here. And we're starting to build the crust. We're going to flip it on the other side. Now, there's so many information out there. Do you flip it? How many times do you flip it? If you have a thin steak, leave it alone. Because you're not going to build a nice caramelization of the Maillard reaction, the caramelization of the protein. You're not going to do that if it's thin. Because if you keep moving it, you're not going to build that font in the bottom of the pan, that Maillard reaction. So it's very important. So what I do is I cook it 1 or 2 minutes on each side, then I pop it in the oven for a few minutes. Because the oven makes it where I don't burn on the outside in order to cook the inside. So if you have a thin steak, you can do it in a fry pan the whole time. Don't worry. But if you have a thick steak, you want to pop it in the oven, otherwise you're going to end up burning the outside in order to cook the inside. Okay, so we're going to put it in. It's a little smoky, but that's good. That's what we want. We're going to wait. Don't forget, mise en place, we don't have much. I have a little fresh thyme. I have some garlic, and I have some shallot, and I got butter. I am going to use some butter, but we'll use that at the end so we don't burn it. Remember, butter burns at 250 degrees. If I put butter, all I got is burn butter. Who wants burn butter? All right, so what we're going to do, friends, we're going to take that fry pan, we're going to put it in the oven. I guess I can use it like that. We're going to put it in the oven, and in 2 minutes from now, we're going to flip it. I'm going to show you, okay? So we leave it in the oven right now. In about 2 minutes from now, I'm going to flip it. So I'll come back in about 2 minutes from now. Okay, it's been there 2 minutes. I'm going to flip it. Flip it just a little bit longer. One more time. Oh, yeah, we're getting a beautiful crust, friends. It's really looking beautiful. And we're going to leave it in there another 2 or 3 minutes. And then we're going to check it one more time. All right, it's been in the oven about a total of about 6 minutes. We're going to take it out. And we're going to finish it up in a fry pan now, friends. All we're going to do now, look, it's starting to look beautiful. We got a beautiful crust. Okay, we're going to do the sides of it now. Don't forget the sides, friends. Very important. We get a nice side. And now we're going to add some butter. Let me just finish the side. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add a little bit of butter. That's my best part. And then we're going to add some, I got some fresh thyme. I got some shallots and garlic. Don't forget to do the side, very important, friends. Nice job on the side. And we're going to spoon some of that beautiful butter. We're going to spoon some of that beautiful butter right there, friends. Oh, there's extra butter. We're going to spoon some of that extra butter right there on top, friends. It's going to give it a little flavor. It's going to take a little time. But this right there, friends, look at this. Look at this. Oh, baby. Look at this. The smell of it is amazing. Intoxicating it. Another thing. You hear all people tell you, make sure you sear in the steak right away to sealing the juices. The juices are going to come out with or without a crust. So the secret is to let it rest. And we're going to talk about that when we're ready to let it rest, friends. When we're ready to let it rest, that's when we're going to talk about it. We're not ready to let it rest yet. So now, very important, we check temperature. I want to take it out about 120. I love the sound of it. I want to take it out at about 120, my friends. 120, 125, but I like a medium rare, so it's up to you. If you like a more cooked, remember, friends, there's nothing wrong with the way you like it cooked. You like it raw, God bless you. You like a medium rare, God bless you. You like a medium, you like a well done, God bless you. It doesn't matter. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, that's the wrong way to eat it. You're either rare or you don't eat it. Well, get out of my kitchen, okay? You eat it however you want to eat it, friends, okay? Don't let anybody tell you your way to do it is wrong. Look at this steak. Now this is how to cook the perfect steak, my friends. We got a beautiful color. The smell of it is absolutely amazing. So now, we're going to check the temperature, friends. Very important now. We're looking for 120 to take it out because the curry overheating is going to continue cooking. So if I have 120 now, I'm very happy. Oh, take it easy here. You got to be careful. Don't go all the way to the other side. So ready to see what I got right here, friends. It says 125, but I went a little too deep. Oh, that's another thing. They went too deep. I'm about 120, 116, 120. You know, that's enough for me, friends. I'm just going to let it rest just a little bit longer. Put a little more butter in there. The garlic is getting a little caramelized. That's okay. We're not going to eat it. We just want that flavor right there. In another video, I'm going to show you how to make some beautiful sauces. I decided I'm going to make a whole collection of sauces, friends. All right, so we're going to let it rest. It's very important we let it rest, friends. How are we doing? Oh, look at this. Does that look beautiful or what? Oh, yeah, that looks beautiful. Look at this. We're going to take it. We're going to put it right there, however side we want to put it in. That's beautiful. Oh, look at that crust. Look at this. That's gorgeous. And we're going to take a little bit of this right there on top. And we're going to let it rest on a cutting board. And now I'll explain to you what happened. Why do we need to let it rest so you understand it? The whole concept of it. Maybe for later on I put some fresh thyme leaves in there so it looks beautiful. Don't be afraid to put some butter in there like that. Oh yeah, look at this, friends. Does that look beautiful or what? Until we cut into it, it's going to be beautiful. We put this aside right there. Let me explain you a couple of things, friends. Next time I got to put some herbs, some fresh looking herbs in there so we do a nice thumbnail. Well, here's what's happening with the juices. You know, you say if you cut it right away, you lose all the juice. You do. Here's what happened. You remember when you put it in a pan, you hear that sizzling? What happened is the outside and the both side are heating the pan 400 degrees. Right now, the outside of the steak is about 200 degrees. At that level of heat, the juices are being expelled. There is no juice on the outside of it. All the juice is in the middle of the meat. And the meat is about 120 degrees now on the inside. They can hold the juice. We need to let the outside cool at about 120, 130. So then the juices can go from the middle a little more on the outside and we distribute so then we don't lose all the juices when we cut. Oh, let me turn this off. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? We need to let it rest so the juices can go back from the inside and redistribute a little bit on the outside. And that's all we need to do. We need to let it rest. You need to let it rest about 10 minutes. 5 minutes is not enough. About 10 minutes. And then you slice it and it'll be absolutely beautiful. So we're going to wait 10 minutes and I'll come back and we're going to slice it. Okay, friends. 10 minutes went by. You gotta wait 10 minutes. Be patient. And all we're gonna do now, friends, we're just gonna cut into it. I love that crust. You hear that? Yes, sir. And we're gonna cut right in, friends. And voila. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 friends. Oh, yeah. Now it's time to get the fork out. Cut it however you want it, friends, but let me tell you, this is perfectly, perfectly cooked. Look at this. Look at this. Bon appetit. Mmm. Oh. Oh. I forgot. Mmm. I'm tasting it. And I'm going with the pepper. I forgot the pepper. Mmm. One day I'm going to forget my head. My mom used to say, if your head was not attached so good, you'd be losing it. Friends, oh, it's salty to perfection. This is how you make a steak. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, friends, give us a thumbs up if you like it. Don't forget to ring the bell so you get notification every Thursday. And don't forget to subscribe. We need subscribers. We love you guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.